Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Shikama Live Show. This series is how to prepare for the inevitable without being a prepper. Not everybody is capable of being a prepper. Now, even preppers have different levels of being a prepper. There are people who go full prepper and literally live like the Amish. And I don't mean the Amish who have a little bit of electricity in the barn. I'm talking about full-fledged, no electrical appliance whatsoever, no devices, nothing. You know, even among the Mennonite nations or groups or whatever you want to call them, there are different levels of technology tolerance. Now, I believe the general idea of being a prepper is that if the entire infrastructure that we know today has completely gone under, can you have drinking water without electricity, without infrastructure? Can you have food without grocery stores whose refrigerators have completely gone off, right? If you had massive floods and you couldn't get around in your car, could you survive without a car? If the monetary system completely imploded, could you trade with your neighbors? You have something of value and they have something of value. Now, I think that's the general idea, right? Also, can you survive in your home without electrical heating? You know, your day-to-day stuff. A lot of North America, or a lot of the United States, and I guess it includes Canada, is in a northern latitude that has fall and winter. I live in Las Vegas. We don't have a winter. We have a fall, and every 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it snows briefly. But we don't have a winter, right? The beauty is that if you had a greenhouse out here, you could literally grow food year round for stuff that doesn't really grow year round, right? And you could have a greenhouse with very little electrical input and continue to grow stuff year round, right? So this series is going to go over each sort of general aspect, because let's be realistic. I'm a realist. I'm a practical person. I think about all of these great, fantastic intellectual ideas and I bring them down to earth. And I said, okay, what does the practical person do with that information? Or how can the everyday man implement that into his life without having to, you know what I'm saying? Without having to, have a bathtub full of water. People just are not capable because of our lifestyle now. We have sick people. There are people who simply cannot survive without electricity. There are people who are sick. There are people who are in bed. They have their children taking care of them. They're on a oxygen system, a oxygen tank or something like that. And just seriously, if the electricity went off, they would die. So not everybody can be a prepper. And this is to reach millions of people. Not everybody can be a prepper. There may be 1 million preppers in the United States. These are people who literally can survive without modern conveniences. Although the stuff that they're quote unquote surviving with are inventions that have been made through this modern technology with the idea of prepping as the idea, right? So we have super technological filtration systems that can process gallons and gallons of water per hour for drinking, or for bathing. And there's filtration systems that are gravity fed that you can bathe in the water and you would come out clean, and you wouldn't have any contaminants in it. There are even filtration systems now that take out uranium and nuclear isotopes out of the water. So this is what this series is about. I will do the series no matter how few people watch it. So I'm not going to say if 1,000 people like this video. I should hope everybody, black, blue, green, rich, poor, rich and poor. You mean the poor and the rich can take this advice? Yes, this is for the everyday mass of America to be able to implement this. And I'm saying this is not prepper. This is the step before. Okay? This is still living in the system, preparing for the inevitable without being an actual prepper. At no point am I going to suggest that you turn off your power and cook on a open fire. No, I'm not about that. I'm a city guy. I don't even know a lot of that stuff anyway. I'm gonna just tell you how to deal with the monetary system. Practical stuff that you can do to prepare yourself. And I think a lot of people in the United States and Canada have been misled by a lot of the stuff that the prepper people, the militia people have made points about. The libertarians have made points about. How can the average everyday person, the everyday man, prepare and live their life in such a manner that if this other stuff started to happen, that they could still survive? Or if there was massive layoffs, could you still survive? Thank you for watching the Shikama Life Show.